Q9. What are the important provisions of the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Amendment Act 2015? Comment on the impact of this act on lives of SC and street population. 250 words. The Indian Express background. The Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Amendment Act 2015 was enacted to comprehensively amend and strengthen the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989, which prohibits the commission of offenses against members of the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes and establishes special courts for trial of such offenses. Provisions. The Amendment Act adds that I intentionally touching an FC or street woman in a sexual manner without her consent, or I using words, acts or gestures of a sexual nature, or I dedicating an FC or street woman as a dedicacy to a temple, or any similar practice will also be considered an offense. The Act adds new offenses of atrocities such as garlanding with footwear, compelling to dispose or carry human or animal carcasses, or do manual scavenging, abusing FCS or FTS by caste name in public, attempting to promote feelings of ill will against SCS or FTS, for disrespecting any deceased person held in high esteem, the imposing or threatening the social or economic boycott, preventing SCS or FTS from using common property resources, entering any place of worship that is open to the public, or entering an education or health institution, has been categorized as an offense. In such circumstances, it prescribes that the onus to prove that he was not aware of the caste toward the vital identity of the victim would be on the accused. www.insightsanindia.com 39 www.insightsays.com. The Amendment Act also includes in the Act, Chapter VI-8, which provides for rights of victims and witnesses. Impending activities related to casting a fair vote would also be considered as an offense. The Amendment Act further specifies that an exclusive special court must be established at the district level to try offenses listed under the Act. An adequate number of courts are prescribed to be established to ensure that cases are disposed of within 2 months. Appeals from these courts shall lie with the High Court, and must be disposed of within a period of 3 months. It outlines the duties of public servants to enhance more accountability. Impact. Positives. Experts said that despite its delay, the legislation is the right step forward, but a lot will depend on how well it gets implemented on the ground, given the limited machinery that is accountable for its implementation. The successful prosecution of the murder of Dalit boy case in Tamil Nadu and the appropriate punishment awarded is due to this act. So there is speedy resolution of cases. Also, it gives these communities confidence to face the upper castes and achieve social mobility. Uphold fundamental rights to equality. Negatives. Killings and other atrocities occur to the greatest extent in marriages between Dalits and non-Dalits. The atrocities on traditional grounds related to land, resistance to untouchability, etc. are still rampant. The indifferent attitude of the authorities concerned with the implementation of the Act has prevented from achieving the laudable object of the law. Despite the provisions, there have been incidents of violence against Dalits like Una and recent Bhima Korjayan. Manual scavenging is still prevalent. Still, social discrimination and segregation is largely prevalent, and equality is still a myth. The incidents highlight the intensity of the atrocities that have been committed not only by citizens but by the state machinery as well. There is constant insecurity from the dominant castes to the increasing assertiveness of their constitutional rights by the Dalits and tribals. What more is needed? Appropriate schemes should be prepared for the rights and entitlements of victims and witnesses in accessing justice as required. Training courses should be held at different levels for police officers and other officers of the district administration. The Supreme Court requested the National Legal Services Authority to formulate appropriate schemes to spread awareness and provide free legal aid to members of SCS and STS. Conclusion. For India to progress and not lose